All right, so we're still talking about the if statement, and we're actually mostly talking about the condition of the if statement because that is what is most interesting. The body of the if statement, it's pretty straightforward. So let's consider this example. If I have int a and I have Boolean, let's call it b, and I'll just set it to true. And if I have an if statement in the condition, so I could say if a is greater than, let's say, 6, this is a logical expression. It evaluates to either true or false. It's Boolean compatible. So I could say if a equals, if greater than 6, println something, right? So this is okay. Could I say if a, could I just say that? So that means 10. In processing, this is not allowed because in processing views a as not Boolean compatible. I could, however, so let's continue on top. I could, however, say if b, maybe just print something to the screen. This does work because b is a Boolean. So within the condition, you need to have something Boolean compatible. So I could just say b, and if b is true, we're going to go into this. If b is false, we're not going to go inside the if statement. So this is okay. So that's the important part. So far we have been comparing integers. Doubles are the same way. Let's talk about comparing chars and strings as we've learned. So char can be used inside the condition. If you recall, char has an ASCII value, so it's no surprise that we can compare it. For instance, if we have, let's draw the memory diagram here. So answer, and this is the memory of setup. So we have answer, and answer is actually set to y. So if answer is set to y, you can actually compare. So you can say if answer equal y, do this. And this condition will be evaluated to true because you're comparing answer inside of it. It has y, and you're comparing that. Let's do a quick example with this. So let's say we have char ch, and we set it to let's say a. Actually, let's set char to lowercase b. So I could say if ch is greater than lowercase a, println ch is greater than a. So would this work? Would this work? Yes, it does. Because why would it work? Because this here is a logical expression which is Boolean compatible. So it's Boolean compatible, and it evaluates to either true or false, right? That's basically what we mean with Boolean compatible. It evaluates to either true or false. So with chars, we could do that. Let's go to the slides, and let's look at strings. Can we do the same thing with strings? So with strings, there is a limitation with processing. This is not true for other programming languages, but for processing, and we're learning processing here, for processing, you can only compare strings to make sure that they're equal. So that's the only thing you can do with strings. You can just see one string and make sure if the other string is equal. So here you can have a string fruit, apple. Here if fruit equals to peach, so basically in memory you have fruit which has been assigned to hold apple. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when you try to compare the two, it doesn't work. So the sentence enter the if will never be outputted because fruit does not contain the value of peach. So the values are different, right? So you could, so again, this here is a logical expression that evaluates to true or false. So try it for yourself. If you try to say fruit greater than peach or fruit smaller than peach, so the other comparison operators, these ones unfortunately don't work for string in processing. They actually work in different for different languages, but they don't work in processing. So that's really important as well. With regards to comparing strings, you could use the equal, but I would recommend that you don't use the equal and you always use a built-in string function. So you guys remember our lecture about strings when we had the dot length and we had the dot char at. There is another function that is called dot equals. So this function, you would take the string and you would say dot equals, and you would put the string that you want to check to see if there is equality. And this here, based on the string, it either returns true or false. So this is also a logical expression, and it be the result of this is going to be true or false. So here you have the dot equals function. The dot equals takes your string, it takes another string and tells you if they're equal or not, right? So it's as simple as that. Here again, we're not going to enter this if statement because they are not equal. And that's all I wanted to say about the if statement only. We'll have a question and then we're going to talk about the if-else structure. Thank you.